The 2012 NCAA College World Series will be played South Carolina versus Arizona Sunday in the finals game. South Carolina is looking forward to their three-peater, and so we'll see what happens. They'll be playing a really good Arizona Wildcats team, but I think that South Carolina can come up and win it all. They've got such a great baseball program, and I am looking forward to see if they can three-peat. It's wonderful. It's amazing in sports. I hate that the Hogs lost again to them, but they had a great running. I'm proud of them. They did really good. DJ Baxendale was the starting pitcher for the Hogs last night. He lasted not very long. I thought he would last longer than what he did, but he did great. He did good. He was drafted by the Minnesota Twins, and so we will see what happens. I wish him the best of luck. Well, I know that South Carolina has some good prospects too. They played great. They played good. I'll be rooting for them probably for the Sunday's game, but it will be a very, very good game to watch. Don't miss it. Everybody knows that the Miami Heat won the NBA championship game, and LeBron James was the Finals MVP. He did really great. He worked hard more than anybody else, more than Wade, more than Bosch, more than Battier. I think that he deserved his first ring, and I know he's glad that he went to Miami, that he knew it wasn't going to be for a reason. So maybe all the haters now will calm down and just say, hey, LeBron, we're proud of you no matter what, you know. I mean, it was tough for him to leave Cleveland, and I wish he was still a Cavalier. But at the same time, everything happens for a reason, and now look at him now. He's got his ring. Jerry Sandusky, everybody knows now that he was found guilty, 45 out of 48 charges, which will be sentencing up to 20 years apiece in prison, which is like 400-something years, I think. Amazing. But it's over and it's done. The sentencing will be in 3 months, I believe, but his lawyer said that he might appeal it or something like that. I don't see what there is to appeal, but he did what he did, and he knew he was wrong. He was taken out in handcuffs from the courtroom into a cop car, where he drove away in the cop car. He will be on isolation, I think. He won't be around people, I don't think, which is probably the best thing, because somebody may kill him before he goes to jail. His adopted son, Matt, had came up and said that he was sexually abused by Sandusky. So he is definitely not going to get out anytime soon. He is, I believe, 68 years old, so he'll probably wind up dying in prison, which will probably be the best bet for him to stay there. But his wife, Dottie, was actually taken up for him, and I'm pretty sure that she knew all what was going on. They were married for a while. So you know that she had to suspect something. But now that is over and done with, maybe Penn State can move on and get the changes started and not have this haunting them. Maybe they can move on. I mean, it's done, it's done. He was found guilty. He wasn't found not guilty. So we'll see. But now I want to talk about bringing small teams for professional leagues in small states and small towns. As you all know, that Hot Springs, Arkansas used to be one of the top places to go for spring training for baseball. It actually got started in about 1885 when the Chicago White Stockings came to Hot Springs for a spring training just to relax and just to kind of train and stuff. And Babe Ruth actually even trained in Hot Springs, which is really cool. They actually have a museum now in Hot Springs, which I have not been. I would love to go. But bringing teams in small towns don't work anymore. We all know that they do not work. It doesn't ever last. They used to have small teams. They used to have small town teams, but now they don't. Because we all see that they folded and they've moved to different cities. But Oklahoma City is not that big. Oklahoma is not a big state. And you see the Thunder there. And, well, so, I mean, it's tough and it's hard to actually choose. I mean, look at Los Angeles. They've been trying to get a football team for a while, and they can't even get it. And look how big they are. They have 2 NBA teams, the Clippers and the Lakers. They have a soccer team, the Galaxy. They have what else they have? LA Kings was just won the Stanley Cup. Congrats. For the first time ever in history, the Stanley Cup has belonged to the Los Angeles Kings. Really proud of them. Let's see. I mean, LA can't even get a football team. So, it's really tough to say that, hey, small town teams cannot last. I mean, it's hard to say, but it's true, and I wish it wasn't, because I would love to see a professional team here in Arkansas. Even though we do have 2 minor league teams, I still think that we could have a professional team. I would love to see a professional team. Even if it was a hockey team, that would be great. It would be better than nothing. I think that would be good for the state. But, all we have is our college programs here. Other than that, we don't have no football to root for, but just for college and high school. And where I'm from, our high school team is still in a working program. They're still trying to work themselves up after they had a new coach last year, which he's good. I know him personally. I think he's great. Him and his wife are wonderful, and I wish them the best of luck this season. But it's going to be hard for them to get back up because they haven't won a championship game in a while. They haven't won a championship since the 80s, I believe. And I love my school. I love where I used to go. It's my alma mater. I will root for the Badgers no matter what. But when you have nothing going on in Arkansas, you root for your small town teams. You root for everything here in Arkansas. Arkansas Razorbacks. So it's the only program that we actually have that's huge besides UCA now, University of Central Arkansas in Conway, and it's wonderful. I love UCA. I think they're a great school. But at the same time, they do have a good sports athletic program there, and it's keep working itself up, and I'm proud. They got a new field, which looks cool. It's like purple and something else that's really neat. They're trying to be like Boise State. But, other than that, there is no way that small town teams can work or small state teams can work. I would love to see it here. I would love to see one in Alabama. I don't know where else. Tennessee does have a couple of, they have a few professional teams there in Tennessee, but I would love to see more than just 2 or 3 here and there. But it's going to be impossible to expand the professional league program because there's 32 teams in the NFL. There's 30 in Major League Baseball. There's hockey. I don't know how many there is in hockey. I've never really actually paid that much attention to know how many teams there are in hockey. 28, I think, to 30, if I'm not mistaken. Basketball, NBA, I really don't think that there's going to be any more NBA teams. I really don't. There's about 30, I think, now. I don't know if there's even that many. I think there's 28 to 30 teams. But, you root for the teams who don't do good, and you don't want more teams added because it would be crazier than what it already is. Leave the franchises to these big cities. I think that's the best thing. In big states, I would love to see small state, town teams coming in and doing good and winning championship games, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. I wish it would.